The fact that you say that we're not even supposed to worry that you sexualize kid, I'm not supposed to worry about the gun?
So attorneys for the accused shooter, Anderson Lee Aldrich, say in new court filings tonight that the suspect now identifies as non-binary. In a footnote to a motion asserting legal privileges, the public defenders say, quote, Anderson Aldrich is non-binary. They use they, them pronouns, and for the purposes of all formal filings will be addressed as Mix Aldrich. So in other words, not Mr. or Ms. Joining me now, CNN political commentator Errol Lewis, also back with me, Al Franken and Joe Walsh. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, that's not anything that we had heard from his background. You know, people have been looking into his background, and I don't know if anybody here, are you guys lawyers? I mean, you know, I don't know if, I don't know what to say about that. I mean, that's what he's now saying.
It sounds like they're trying to prepare a defense against a hate crimes charge. That's the least of his problems, legally speaking, but it looks like they're trying to build some kind of sympathy or at least confusion on the question of whether or not this was purely motivated by hate.
I mean, that is what it sounds like. We'll wait to see.
I find it very funny that the only reason that you don't know what you have to say is because he's LGBTQ. You expected, oh, he's white, he's right-wing, says, but now it's a LGBTQ person that went to an LGBT club and start blasting, blah, 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 blah. And you're gonna be surprised now that you don't know what to say? You didn't expect LGBTQ people have the possibility to be angry for some odd thing and then go to a club and start shooting people? And that can happen to anyone. Right? More dysphoria, more trying to find peace. So if you want to not acknowledge that as if that's never ever going to happen, it's kind of sad that you see a problem that you don't want to tackle other than blame somebody else.
Earlier this year, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis infamously signed into law what critics have called the Don't Say Gay bill, which prevents some teachers from even discussing the existence of gay and trans folks.
Nobody is saying that you're not allowed to help a kid learn and understand life. The problem is, for example, you are letting kids read a book that I'm not even allowed to read on YouTube because it's plus 18. You want to normalize something that I wouldn't even have as a discussion with my son. If he was cis or gay, I would do it when he's older. But we're talking about little kids. So the fact that you want to gaslight us that quickly, I start thinking you're a P.
When you have a Don't Say Gay bill in the state of Florida, for instance, or when Ron DeSantis wants to send the police to investigate drag shows.
The Don't Say Gay bill in Florida is certainly something that helps add to his national political profile. But one thing is clear is they just want to continue demonizing folks and otherizing people.
They started moving in the spring to LGBTQ people. Specifically, they were really excited about the Don't Say Gay bill in Florida.
So if you don't want a kindergarten teacher to talk to your kindergartner about sex, you're anti-gay? Ron DeSantis is the spiritual father of a mass murder in Colorado? Really? No matter how you feel about Ron DeSantis or about sex, it's not plausible. In fact, it's ridiculous. Yet they keep saying it. And the question is, why do they keep saying it? Well, they're saying it because that's how determined they are to keep you from talking about this subject. They will call you an accessory to murder. They'll threaten to sue you into poverty, as the assistant director of the FBI just did, if you don't shut up.
Just imagine if you don't agree with specific things, right? About how people are promoting this sexualization, because all the LGBTQ friends that I know don't agree with that, but you think that is normal.
There was going to be a drag brunch the next day at Club Q. And that's a way to get kids to see, hey, look, it's a person, doesn't necessarily look like the people that you see every day at the store or whatever. But these are real people with lives and emotions. They like the same stories that you do. There's nothing sexualized about it. But every time there's one of those now, the Proud Boys show up because there's an account on the internet called Libs of TikTok that's been pushed by, Tucker Carlson and the Babylon Bee and the far right.
Tucker, in particular, seems fixated on this anti-queer panic. In addition to his diatribes against drag shows, he's platformed anti-trans activists, used particularly vicious and extreme rhetoric to attack children's hospitals for providing trans youth with medical care.
If he's a consumer of the people we just rattled off, from Lauren Boebert to Tucker Carlson, let's get it out. Let's get it out at trial. Let's expose it for what it is, name it and shame it. He's a consumer of these people, and those people should face civil consequences from the victims.
You should pay civil consequences if you want to protect your kid, because people want to sexualize your kid in a specific way that they don't even understand the consequences, or they actually understand it, but they want to normalize the access because, hey, love is love, right? And when people are saying that we are exaggerating, Balenciaga came out with a very beautiful clothes. Look at this. Girls dressed in a beautiful way with a teddy bear in a bondage suit. We call it out, they remove it. None of the channels talk about it. New York Times, CNN, NBC, nobody is talking about it. But these are the same channels that if they find out that the shooter was somebody that wasn't LGBTQ, they would label it right wing. Because they believe certain people can control themselves and we need to be understanding. And I'm like, no. I miss the old days. Hold up, wait a minute. I'm not advocating for violence. I'm advocating that you fear for your life because you're trying to mess with something that we consider our treasure, something that we invested our time. We are seeing ourselves in a smaller version and you think you have access to it. Don't you think that's a little dangerous for any animal or human being to be a little worried? One unarmed veteran and one drag queen saved more lives in Colorado than 376 cops with a $4 million annual budget did in Texas. I never again want to hear about how kids are unsafe with drag queens. I'm like, wait a second. Did you just shoot yourself? If that just happened at the show of LGBTQ, somebody came angry, blah, 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 blah. The fact that you say that we're not even supposed to worry that you sexualize kid, I'm not supposed to worry about the gun. You people are the most unique people that I've ever experienced in life, and you think you're sane. Wow. But let me just end this in a decent way. For the people that survived that whole situation, for the people that have fought, I'm sorry it has happened. I hope this can be solved in a different way. And I hope we can come together, stop blaming each other. So a place that many people felt safe to party, new friends and everything, they don't feel safe there anymore. And it kind of sucks if you don't have a place, which I've been there in my time. It kind of sucks if that place gets corrupted. So I wish the other people the best. The rest, rest in peace. And stop playing the blame game. Let's start getting a little more together and understand people about their kids and understand others about their dysphoria. I wish we could do that more.